Hello everybody, this is a completely different kind of playthrough to what I normally do, in that I am now playing Mega Man 2 with a crap load of cheat codes on, and this is just a fun playthrough. I'm not taking this seriously by any means of the word, but yeah, so I'm playing this on the Wily Wars version, which was originally released on the Sega Mega Drive, I believe, yes. And I don't know which territories and that it was released on originally, but I'm just playing it on the emulator. But anyway, so yeah, like I said, this is just a cheat code playthrough, which I'm not taking seriously because I've actually recorded a proper playthrough of the game on the NES version, which I'll be doing a somewhat serious playthrough with the others when we finally get around to it. But anyway, to start us off, I'm going to break the rules, and I'm not going Metal Man first, I'm going to Heat Man. And yeah, this is going to give us a demonstration as to how these cheats completely knacker in the game. So I'm using the Game Genie cheats on the Game Genie, on the Genesis Plus emulator. And right, I've got infinite jump, which is always useful. Goodbye, challenge. Yeah, there's a reason why people frown upon cheats, and this is exactly it. Nevertheless, let's just keep on jumping, because actually, who needs challenge? It's kind of funny when you think that this is what a lot of people consider a really challenging game, that the cheats sort of knacker to pieces. But anyway, see, my ethics, or whatever you want to go by on cheating, is that as long as it's just for fun and you don't honestly think you're doing a good job by playing like this thing, it's alright to tinker around with, because to an extent it gives you a bit of insight into how the game's created. Like the way cheats work, from what I guesstimate, is that they've got variables on things like how high you can jump, how much damage your buster does and that. But anyway, who needs item 2 when we've got infinite jump? Yeah, goodbye. New life, even though I've got infinite lives on. Come on, keep flying. And I've put the slide on as well, because like the slide is actually programmed into the Wily Wars because it's got Mega Man 3 on it as well. But with the cheat, you can enable it on the versions of Mega Man 1 and 2 that are on here. And yeah, that's the other thing I've put on, which is one hit kill with everything. So let's completely destroy the game. Okay, let's go into Heat Man stage. Boss battle door, I mean. And it's Mr. Zippo Man. Goodbye. And what I've noticed with the cheats on is that it always seems to take a minute before it registers the kill. Like when the change in music happens and that. So I don't know whether it's buggering the game up or not. But if it is, that's why I'm glad I'm using an emulator and not a physical copy. I kind of wish that Capcom would reissue more Mega Man games, because especially over here in the UK, it's very difficult to get hold of the games that aren't on the Virtual Console. And so I know there were them discs with both the X Collection and the Anniversary Collection in America, where you can get them all on the GameCube or the PS2. But over here, they never actually came out. So if we want to do it, it's either emulation or the few games that are around on the Virtual Console. But anyway, let's go to Metal Man, because this is the guy that most people take on first when they're actually playing the game for real, or at least I know I do, because his weapon is, in the main game, is like completely broken. It's like, by Mega Man standards, you can shoot in several directions. And hang on, I'm just gonna make a bit of a mind screw here. Something tells me I'm not supposed to be here. And one interesting thing about the way the maps work is if I keep on jumping like this, eventually I'll come back here. And so it's kind of like they've got a loop going on, but you can only go so far because there's invisible walls here. So if I fall back down, and I'm back here now. And yeah, this is basically the kind of things that I've picked up from my little quick practice run through with the cheats on this morning. But anyway, these chain things, I know this is like a problem with the game itself, but I don't like how the chain itself hurts you. It doesn't really make sense. Like, I can understand the bit at the bottom because it's got spikes and that, But the chain itself, so you can't just jump over it when it's down, it's kind of... It's not bad, it's just off-putting. I would rather just be able to like jump over it, just to try and speed it up a bit. But anyway, more abusive jumping. And yeah, normally if you're doing Metal Man first or something, you can't normally get that because you need item 1 or item 3, I believe, to get up there. But because I've got the infinite jump, who cares? And there's nothing up there, but I thought I'd try. Slidey, slidey. Yeah, hi Clown. Not to be confused with Clown Man from Mega Man 8. And see these things here, there's a couple of enemies coming up that are a big difference between the normal mode and hard mode. Them ones. Because obviously it's the same as normal because I've got the one-hit kill thing on, but in the Wily Wars version and in the hard mode version of the original Mega Man 2, if you want to get them things, you have to hit them twice because they've got more than one thing and they scatter, which really threw me off the first time I ever played hard mode because I was so used to just shooting the things once and then jumping over them. But yeah, it's time to take on Metal Man, I believe. Let's keep on chugging. And we're at here. And now, the usual strategy that I use is just mash the thing, like the attack button, and he'll fall down eventually and hit himself. Because in the normal game he's actually quite easy, you just mash it a few times and he'll die quick enough. But in this, because I've just got the cheat, you only have to hit him once. And get equipped with metal blades. Or metal blade, even though you tend to throw several of them at once because you can. Dr. Pepper time. Yeah, the Wily Wars version of this game does have a save feature which is quite useful, I find. Anyway, Quick Man. Yes, I know, no one ever goes Quick Man without at least getting Flash Man's weapon first, but I'm going to break the rules. And firstly, I'm going to get this life, even though I have infinite lives on. And yeah, down we go. And what I'm going to point out is I made a point of getting energy tanks in Metal Man stage here, because if you don't have metal energy tanks, and get hit by one of these yellow things, even though the yellow things don't hurt you here, they do wipe out all of your health. Your attack ability, and for some reason it stops you Mega Bustering when your health gets down to 0. So if you do get hit, you need to use the energy tank just to heal yourself before you can attack the boss. And the slide is actually very useful with dodging these things, because it speeds you up a bit when you're on the ground, I find. And am I gonna make it? Please let me make it. Because I made it for the first time in my test playthrough this morning, and I was so amazed with myself, and then I realised because I've got the cheats on, it's nothing special, even though I was abusing the slide ability something rotten, so it doesn't count in the slightest. And that's one thing I want to point out, because the reason why people take the piss whenever we're just screwing around with cheats and that is because of how many people think there's something special just because they can hack apart the game. No, I've just taken codes that I found on the internet, which will be in the description by the way, and just put them into the Game Genie. That does not make me a skilled player in any sense of the word, as we'll see when I play the game for real on the upper playthrough, which will come with the others later on. Boomerang, quick boomerang even. If I recall correctly, this is the one that's kind of like both Cutman and Boomerang's weapon from the original 1 and X respectively. Anyway, where am I going to go now? Flashman, why not? Flashman, I kind of wish you'd put yourself away in public, that's kind of indecent. Hey, if you get what I mean. Slidey slidey. Shot. Let's go hill. I hate these things by the way, in the original game they're kind of annoying. But nowhere near as annoying as them Crosshair Joe mech things, but anyway. Shoot. Dead. Now, I don't get, is this trying to be an ice level, or are they just trying to imply that this crystal stuff's slippery or something? Because it has got ice physics on it. Look, if I mash the button forwards a bit, I just slide, but they shoot on this side where he can't get me. Sucks to be you, robot guy. Anyway, down I go. 1 kill out the mech, then keep mashing the button, 1 kill to kill him. I am such a cheap ass. Anyway, down we go. Slide. No, don't want to slide. There's that guy again from Metal Man stage. There we go. And folly. Slippy. No, let's go up here because there's an energy tank up here. And yeah, it's not that hard to do this little puzzle here, but yeah. Oh, and I haven't got Crash Man's weapon yet, so I've got to come back. Yeah. It's one thing that a lot of people moan about the Mega Man series in general, and the fact that depending on which way you go, there are some parts which you might have unnecessary backtracking, and to be honest, this Mega Man, it's one of them games that you don't get good at through playing, you get good at through learning the game, I find. Like, you learn which order you're meant to go in, you learn which weapons you got to get when. And whether you like that or not is personal debate. I quite like the Mega Man series, so yeah. And that's Flashman down. And I kind of like the graphical upgrade that the Wily Wars version of Mega Man 2 gave it. But I know that a lot of people, when they play Mega Man, they've kind of got that kind of nostalgic connection to the original 8-bit version, as opposed to the 16-bit one. And what item is Dr. Light going to give us? I can't remember. Because I think the item they give you is tied to the boss you beat, because normally when I go Metal Man first, I'll get item 2, I believe, which is the one that lets you just fly over things. It's like the primitive Rush Jet. And I know this is going off topic, but to me, Rush Jet reminds, well, Genesect from the new Pokemon film, which has got that extra form, kind of reminds me of Rush Jet from Mega Man 3 onwards, but here I digress. Who am I going to next, I wonder? Crash Man! And with Crash Man, I absolutely love his musical track. Do 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 do. And I won't ruin it for you, so I'll shut up now. But yes. And what's I saying? Yeah, Crash Man's stage is one of them levels that has greatly benefited from the graphical upgrade, because as much as I love the level and I love the theme and that, in Mega Man 2, like the NES version, his stage looks really kind of bland graphically, and that's only because there's not much they can do with the 8-bit visuals for this kind of level theme, but still. Anyway, who needs platforming sections that have insta-jump, or an infinite jump even, which comes greatly useful through the Wily Castle stages, as we'll probably find out later. And I don't know what's happening, I'm playing this live right now at the moment, by the way, but yeah. And yes, I know how badly that ended with Kirby's Adventure Wii, and it's kind of funny how I kept going on throughout that playthrough that I wouldn't give up on it, and then I thought, actually, this is boring, so I just gave up on it. So that's the thing, there's no point making game playthroughs to post online if they're boring as hell. I wanted to try Kirby's Adventure Wii live as an experiment, and it's one that didn't work, so now I know that live playthroughs, if I don't know the game, are a bad thing. And anyway, I'm going to cheat and get this energy tank here, because normally if you do that you'd have to go back down and round, but extra jump, we love you. Let's go up this way. Any like hardcore fan of Mega Man is going to go ballistic at me right now, aren't they? Oh well. At least the Mega Man fan base isn't as like retarded as the Sonic fan base are, so at least most of them are quite likely to see that I'm just doing this for the hell of it and not anything serious. Anyway, Crash Man. Bye. Goodbye, Crash Man. It was nice knowing you for that split second. Who should I take on next, I wonder? Get equipped with Crash Bomber. Yeah, I like the the Megas take on the Crashman's theme from their Get Equipped album. It's just something about it, it just works so well with the kind of rock theme we've got going.